On behalf of the United States, I am pleased to participate in the annual meetings of the African Development Bank Group. We welcome Africa's continued recovery and economic growth from the commodity price shocks of 2014, building on the positive momentum in 2018. While the outlook overall on the continent is positive, we still see a sizable gap between growth in oil exporters and resource-intensive countries on the one hand, and non-resource-intensive countries, which highlights the need for diversification in resource-intensive economies. In addition, the region's largest economies are growing far below the regional average, and we encourage those governments to undertake reforms to boost economic growth and restore their country's role as regional economic engines. The African region continues to face enormous investment deficits, particularly in infrastructure. While the AfDB's African Economic Outlook does not show a risk of a systemic debt crisis, a large number of African countries are in or at high risk of debt distress. The region's steady increase in indebtedness underscores the need for sound debt management, including greater transparency in the assumption of debt and contingent liabilities, using debt for sound capital investment rather than consumption, and developing the capability to implement high-quality projects that generate economic growth and revenue to service the debt. In this context, the African Development Bank remains a key institution with high potential to foster economic growth by building infrastructure to boost economic activity, fostering private sector development, strengthening countries' economic governance, and combating corruption and lifting people out of poverty. In particular, the African Development Fund is an essential source of support for the continent's poorest countries. We look forward to a successful conclusion of the negotiations for the 15th replenishment of the AfDF later this year. We have said before that to meet this potential, the AfDB needs to strengthen its institutional capacity, boost operational quality, and be more selective. We welcome the AfDB's honest stock-taking of the progress on implementation of its development and business delivery model reform agenda. Much has been done to direct the AfDB in the right direction, but the bank remains far from where it needs to be to ensure effective and efficient delivery for its shareholders. It is becoming increasingly clear that the AfDB needs to more actively address the risks, coordination challenges, and rising cost implications of the transition to a more decentralized structure. Recalibrating the AfDB's strategy, managing for results rather than lending volume, and firmly prioritizing the bank's core competencies are essential to demonstrate the value of decentralization and to keep the AfDB on firm financial footing. In the past year, management has outlined a quality assurance plan to address shortcomings in project design and project supervision. We look forward to management's robust implementation of this plan. We're eager to see measurable results, which translate to accelerated development in African communities across the continent. Furthermore, we still urge the bank to focus more robustly on accountability and ensure fully resourced oversight functions. The United States continues to stand as a strong partner with African countries and the African Development Bank. We look forward to continue working together to deliver on the potential of the African Development Bank Group and to support African countries in advancing their development goals.